You guys ready now? Are you
I
ready
am.
now? Now?
Yeah. On
I,
yesterday's
I
podcast,
was trying to get
we
a
talked
false
about
start. Drew was ready for it.
what you
I
could do
was.
to inflate your tire off an elephant's trunk. We also decided the best way to send a letter by carrier pigeons if they were texting. And we
I like
also
that.
had Debbie on to determine what was the best way to, in fact, blow up the garage while deep frying an air fryer. And before we review that,
Deep frying on an air fryer.
I meant to say turkey, but air fryer works. I was looking at my air fryer while I was.
We were deep frying different appliances. You'll never guess
Will
what
it deep
happened.
fry?
It's a new version of the bar banter bra. We decided to deep fry appliances and
Yes.
saw.
Yes.
Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game,
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast,
Ronald McDonald
talk
shows
about-
up.
if aliens landed tomorrow, which fast food
Wait, hold,
chain
please.
would
Hold,
they
please.
think ruled the earth?
Gunshots?
What are the really?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hold for gunshots?
Hold for gunshots, please.
Hold for gunshots.
We're in a hold. We're in a hold.
All right, Anka.
What's the best moment in life that could use a musical score? And lastly, we have a flash game tier list. But first, Andrew Mellis, what are you drinking?
I'm back to my tequila and soda for this episode. I hope you all can hear the jubilant clinking of the ice cubes in my glass. It's delicious. Richard Mousen, what are you drinking?
I am too, back on the usual train. I got my Long Island's going. Trying off a new sour mix, and it's a little more delicious than my previous one, so I may be
Ooh.
a convert. Danny, I don't think the service cart has made its round yet. So Travis, what are you drinking over there?
It's box night, Rick. What do you pick of number 1 through
Box night? Yes.
Nine.
Seven.
7?
Box night?
This is 7, which is actually number 15 from the Ballantruan distillery. On the nose, it's a soft spices and rich peat. Yes, love it. Very punchy and intense, with inviting vanilla notes. On the palate, we have simple and balanced with a rich peat smoke and hints of black pepper, and the finish is intense and spicy with wood smoke and tar. Yes, gimme.
Here's what I want, Travis, before you take a sip.
Oh, that is good. I mean,
What
I just
would-
the smell.
What would uninviting vanilla notes be like?
Hey, man.
I feel like they got to be racist, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Only vanilla's here. Sorry.
That's right.
Only vanilla's here.
Vanilla's only, you know.
Inviting vanilla. It's like, oh, you got orange, you got some peat moss, you got all these other things, some black pepper. Come on in.
Anyway, let's taste the campfire. Yeah, pretty good. It's not as a deep burn as I was expecting, but it's spicy and it definitely has the spice on the exhale out the nose. So it's quite good. I do wish they served scotch at fast food places. That would probably be
That was not good.
I mean, I would go eat fast food more if they served scotch.
At a McDonald's?
It
You
does.
would have
Wait,
scotch
wait.
at McDonald's.
This scotch does taste similar or smell similar to a Burger King grill. What do they cook on? What are they notorious? Open flame grill thing?
Oh yeah,
I always thought it was Sharpie and they just drew it on.
That too. But at one point, they put it on the grill. The grill's not on, but they put it on the flame broiled Whopper. Right? Is that what it is? Is that their thing?
Flame broiled.
It's something,
Yes.
yeah,
It
something like that.
smells like
Is the
flame
term.
broiled Whopper. That's or yeah.
I think Wendy's still does that.
I don't know. Gentlemen, our first topic this evening: aliens. Aliens have landed. And the first thing they come across, fast food restaurants. But they don't know which one is our leader. Which fast food restaurant would the aliens assume is the leader of the world?
I'm gonna come strong out the gate on this.
Gimme.
I and here's why. I feel like the knee-jerk reaction is McDonald's.
That wasn't my knee-jerk reaction, but go ahead.
Like if somebody says fast food
That's fair.
in general, McDonald's comes to mind. My second thought was Chick-fil-A, and I might give some more answers to that later. But I think if you guys will accept it, Starbucks.
It is fast food.
It is fast food.
I'm going to let you
Yeah.
submit it. I disagree with it, but give me your reasons.
Starbucks has created
I'll tell
their
you why you're wrong.
own language
Mm.
around all of the drinks that they make. We've got the Frappuccino, the sizes of drinks, the types of drinks that they make are, if you're going to general coffee shops, like coffee shops that make actually good coffee. I'm not saying that I don't go to Starbucks still to this day,
No, what you're saying.
but they have created a culture that is far superior to any other fast food joint or franchise than anybody else. Because can you think of any sort of like TikTok or just thing in life where Starbucks is not like featured as, oh, I got my Starbucks there, I got my PSLs, I got my insert thing here. It is so inundated in our lives, so intricate to the foundation. And this may be more of just an American thing, but I know it is technically worldwide. It is so invasive, and you can't think of like, hey, let's go get coffee without thinking, let's go to Starbucks first.
I appreciate that. I like the angle you took, because I didn't think about that. I wasn't ready for it. I like the angle, but I think we can agree that if aliens show up tomorrow, they're smarter than us. Because we have not made it to them.
Yes.
I think that's a safe
Yes.
starting point in this conversation. They are smarter than us, and
Yes.
so because of that, they're not gonna. I don't want to say fall for, but they're not gonna look at the obvious. They're not, the obvious is not going to stand out to them in that way. They're going to look for the anomalies. And so while yes, Starbucks is popular, McDonald's is popular, Chick-fil-A is popular, all these things, whatever other popular chain that's widely known, that's not going to stand out to them as government, because they probably will have been spying on us through this travel.
Probably.
They're going to have some sort of feed, some sort of studying us, just the landing. They're not going to be like, what is tree? Although, yes, they probably would be, because, anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. They're going to have some sort of surveillance studying foreknowledge. And due to that, what's going to stick out to them? And also, just like you'll notice from our governments, for the most part, governmental buildings are fairly limited in terms of access and who's there. And so the big crowds aren't going to stand out to them as government. They're like, okay.
There's a Starbucks in the Pentagon.
No, there is. And there's Burger King, Subways. But even to that extent, even though the Pentagon's a big building, it's still, in terms of size and stuff like that, a little more restricted. And so because of that, they're going to notice things that stick out that not many people are at. but they're still around, and there's no real reason for them to be around.
Hmm.
And so, because of that, they're only going to come to one logical conclusion, and that's Captain D's. They're going to think Captain D's
Interesting.
is the government, because why the
Okay.
fuck else is it there? No one's there,
Okay.
but they're still there. They're in weird places, and that's my pitch.
Captain D's was one of the ones after I was trying to make Burger King fit because it has the king. That was a very obvious one. I was like, what? Let's dig deeper. Captain D's. I was like, aliens, while they may not have a monarchy system that has a crown and may not recognize a crown, they
could, though.
probably recognize military rank of some
Ooh.
form. And Captain D's was one that
The
I was like,
captain.
okay,
Okay.
maybe this is one of them. And
He is the Burger King.
he is the Burger King. But again, that's monarch, that's not necessarily military. And then I was like, but wait, there's someone above captain.
Hmm.
There's the colonel.
I like where this
There's
is
the
gonna go.
Colonel Sanders. And I was thinking, okay, first I was like, yes, Colonel Sanders, that makes so much sense. He is the highest ranking fast food military personnel. But then but that's didn't finish it. And I was like, why would they assume they know that? And I gotta believe, I have to assume that Colonel Sanders was an alien. And he was one of them
Mm.
and a recognized
He was the advanced
military leader. And
Wow.
that was one of the reasons why they came here, was to find their leader.
Fried-
And they
to fried
assumed
chicken.
to fried chicken.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go with KFC as my answer. So we've got KFC, Captain D's, and Starbucks. Which, to be fair, I will say, now that I'm saying it out loud, Starbucks as like an
Ooh. Okay.
that just clicked. That's a interstellar currency.
Please remind me before we move on from this topic, because the way you phrase that, I need to. All right, I'm just gonna say it. I was talking about it before we started. I love Chat GPT, and before we move on, you guys are gonna get the alien fast food intel dossier
Yes.
from courtesy of Chat GPT.
Yes.
And what's
Are you using the one from
the paid version after it failed my
Zoom?
homework. Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
fact
wanted
that
to
you
see-
that you pay for it is blows my mind. But
it
good
was
on you.
$20. I was like, I'll do it for a month
That's
because
fair.
you can't upload files to it unless you do the paid version. Anyway, sorry. And the reason why it stood out, because it mentioned in one of the things as tater tots as a currency. And that's what triggered that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so we've got Starbucks, which I'm now liking more and more because of the interstellar currency, KFC, and Captain D's.
I'm gonna put one more pitch out for Starbucks
Okay.
because I do like both of y'all's. If
Yeah.
you're an alien, like you said, Rick, they've probably been here and they've probably been spying on us. If you want to find out the trends of the people who are the most influential, i.e., influencers, anybody who's anybody on the internet, which is now, so globally ubiquitous, and they're all got their iced coffees and whatever drinks that they've got. Where would you go to put misinformation or directives or things on the menu where you really are trying to capture the biggest audience and get a little bit of
While you're thinking, the way you put that out there, that's something Chat GPT talks about In and Out as. See,
And I have one, and I actually have one better than you.
If In-N-Out was more than on the West Coast, and I think there's one in Tennessee is the farthest east.
Yeah, it's slowly coming east, but
at the
you're right,
moment,
it's not.
I honestly would have gone with them. Travis, cut this part out.
No.
Those
this is the cold open.
Those
I'll send a dick
Things-
pic if you think it'll help. But
20 minutes of Drew floundering.
those things in like movies and shows that are like, oh, subliminal messaging. There we go. Could not get to that phrase for
boy,
some reason. The amount of subliminal messaging you could put into
the notes like on your cup.
the notes,
Ooh, I
the
like that.
menus, the
See, that's where I
drinks
thought you were going.
themselves.
Like when you write their
Um,
name on the cup, like you can write the secret
Yeah.
orders.
You see it and you're like, oh my god, maybe we should let the aliens invade and take over everything. I feel like it is the at least in America, the most like overarching theme
And probably more than America
and
too, 'cause
company that is just all over the place and like everybody goes to just because it exists.
See, to the technology point, I was going to make the argument that our main form of communication today globally is social media. And the one fast food restaurant that doesn't take shit from any other person or restaurant is actually Wendy's. And if I was an alien, I was like, all right, let me learn the dialogue, let me learn the mannerisms and the cultures of these earthlings. I would go to a Twitter and I would look at the fast food restaurants and I would see that Wendy's is just putting
savage.
everyone in their place.
Yes.
And no one can stand up. Like they're the alpha social media fast food restaurant. And so for that reason, I almost went Wendy's,
That'd have been good.
which is why I don't like the Starbucks answer there because while the influencers are there and there's like a lot of maybe more of like a cult following, I would get the vibe of versus Wendy's, I would look at them and be like, damn, okay. They're the biggest restaurant in the yard. So, but I think our formal submissions are Starbucks, KFC, and Captain D's.
Hmm.
And I don't know if any of us are leaving camp.
I'm not leaving camp.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
leaving.
Those were
I
all
could give some. I'll give some runner-ups, but
those
I
are all
think
good. Danny's
think
still
they're
on the
all good.
ground. We need a tiebreaker from
I
Danny.
think we should just for a second. I think we should talk about Chick-fil-A.
I don't understand how Chick-fil-A could do it. So go.
Chick-fil-A is too efficient.
That's exactly why.
You have too high an opinion of a government if you think that's why.
Yeah.
We're talking about aliens. They're looking for
No, but that's the thing. They've studied us.
That's-
Like they may be efficient and think that's their leader, but I don't. By the time they get to us, they're gonna be like, "Nah, there's no way."
See, I'm thinking of it as who's the because they've done their like Chick-fil-A has done their thing
Mhm.
and they, did the whole COVID switch to the drive-throughs that they've got now and they handled that. Whatever you think about Chick-fil-A, they
They're efficient.
handled that beautifully, came up with the most efficient system, which nobody else has adopted. Not
Right.
one other company has adopted the same efficiency algorithm or style that they have. And Chick-fil-A is just fucking banging it out at this point. As an alien, I would be looking at them to be like, hey, you want to like move that model over to government a little bit? Like, you want to like
So they're
we could
not
help
government
you.
yet.
And that's fair. I don't disagree with that.
I don't think anybody's government yet in this scenario. We're looking at the prompt as if they came to Earth and just on a like cursory glance, or even if they did like some studies, who would they go to and be like, you are the leader
Yeah.
of this planet? To me, as an alien, I would want to go to the most efficient place.
I would.
If I was thinking about taking
Yeah.
over without a just scorched earth policy, I would want to go to the place where I'm like, these guys, if we told them not just Chick-fil-A's, but countries.
And I guess also, and I guess taking to your point, like if we're talking about like who ruled the earth, that doesn't necessarily because I took that as I went the government approach. That doesn't necessarily mean, I guess you could say, influenced the most. And in that sense, like you could get with what you're saying with the lines and how many people go there and stuff. I think that would bring Chick-fil-A more to the front. I don't know. I think Chick-fil-A is more of an honorable mention because I would probably go Starbucks over Chick-fil-A. And in that sense, I think I just talked myself out of my camp. So I'll go Starbucks with that. I like the star analogy. I'll go Starbucks. I don't love it as
by
fast
name
food,
alone,
but-
I'm okay with it. But by restaurant stuff, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest,
No,
the
I
rest
hate
of
it
the
as a-
argument, I don't
Yeah.
love.
I knew it was kind of a throw out, but we have established that Starbucks
Yeah, it meets the criteria.
is fast food
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
previous
I'm not,
episodes.
I don't love the rest of the arguments, but if you sat here and told me, hey, Starbucks, interstellar currency, yeah, if you made that argument off the jump, I'd be like, yeah, that's a slam dunk. I would be
not where I was thinking.
Yeah. I had also had Sonic, just because it looks a little futuristic. It's about
Do you want to hear what ChatGPT
give me the
has to say
whole
about Sonic?
manifest. Give me the whole manifesto, top to
I'm gonna
bottom.
listen while I make another.
From
drink.
top to bottom, there's a lot.
Give me your favorite 7.
He's got 7 pages.
Okay, I'm gonna go down. So I'm gonna okay, here we go. So McDonald's, it's referred to as the Empire, ubiquitous, efficient, recognizable by the giant golden M, possibly interpreted as a signal of planetary leadership. Aliens might think Ronald is our galactic ambassador.
It's fair.
Taco Bell, the chaos agent. The menu defies logic. Doritos or taco shells. A burrito with 7 layers of goo. In 1996, Taco Bell jokingly claimed to buy the Liberty Bell, and aliens love chaos and bold moves. Also in Demolition Man, Taco Bell wins fast food wars. Prophecy.
Ooh.
Wendy's is the rebel princess. Red hair, sass, square burgers because they don't cut corners. Aliens might assume Wendy's is a royal figure exiled from McDonald's empire for challenging the Golden Arch regime. Tweets in a coded dialect only millennials and Gen Z understand. Sonic is the temporal anomaly. Car hops on roller skates, the happy hour at 2 p.m., burgers, slushies, hot dogs, chaos in a cup. Aliens likely suspect Sonic exists outside of time. Their stalls act as a dimensional rift generator, and tater tots equals currency in the multiverse.
I agree with that.
And then we'll go down to White Castle, the multiverse gateway. Miniature burgers open 24/7. Harold and Kumar as prophets. Aliens would believe this is a cross-realm test site. Sliders used as a tracking device for alternate timelines. Bathroom aftermath classified as a level 7 event in galactic hazard manuals.
Wow.
And Waffle House, the eternal stronghold, always open, even during hurricanes, even during the end times. Aliens conclude this is Earth's last line of defense, a beacon that emits steady vibes to stabilize the planet's axis. Staff rumored to possess combat level situational awareness and unshakable resilience.
I love that. That was well
So there we go.
done. Well done, ChatGPT, on that specific thing.
Hey, real quick. You listening? Cool. Do me a favor. On your app, wherever you're listening to this podcast, there's a button to follow or subscribe or some sort of a notification type bell. Whatever you do, don't click them. Don't click those buttons. Don't do it. Or click it. Whatever it doesn't matter. Just fine. It's fine. Just click it. It's cool. Just do whatever you want. Preach.
I wish we had like a musical score for when we decided on an answer. There's like some big
So much.
ba 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 ba
Muting
bum
everything.
bum 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 bum. That'd be great. Gentlemen, our next topic. What's the best moment in life? That's it. Period. What's the which moment in life? What would be the best moment in life to add an epic musical score to? My first thought on this was I'm a little stitious, right? I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
A little
Little
stitious.
stitious.
Same.
And one of the things that I'm most little stitious about is my parking karma.
Okay.
Ooh,
Explain.
So
interesting. I'm with Travis on this already.
I intentionally will park further back in parking lots
That's not what I thought of. Okay.
so that when I need a spot up front, it's there. And so to me, this epic moment, if like it's pouring down rain, it's thunderstorming, I have to get in to this CVS to go get my prescription because I only have 20 minutes until whatever I'm doing. And I just everything in life is just like piling on, and I just need some small win. And when I finally cash in my parking karma, and when I need it most, and that parking spot is right there at the front, that's where I just want like the heaven trumpets to open up and just be like, yes, this is your
The
time.
Titanic theme song.
The just I'm here for you. You have earned this. The amount of good deeds you have done has granted you this opportunity and this glorious moment to take this spot right at the front so you can get in, get what you need, get out, and go on with your business. So I want my epic score when I cash in my parking karma.
I appreciate that you went positive with that. But since I'm a petty bitch, like in that moment, you don't need a score. Like
I
you've already
do.
felt it. You're
I
like,
do.
yes, like you already have the inner win. I want it in any like negative petty situation where like you're like, don't worry, I got this. And then they go out and fail. And then there's just a beautiful score, and everyone's like, yep, you didn't got this. Or like you're doing the petty road rage thing, like you're trying to pass the person and they speed up or something. And then something happens and they like get slowed down or they pick the wrong lane and
Or they
you
go into the shoulder and then get
yeah,
pulled over by the cops.
yeah, and you end up winning the
Yeah.
the moment. Like those are the moments that I want the trumpets and the angels, because I want everyone to know that like, oh, someone just messed up or lost or
Mhm.
that's what I
I
want.
feel like Rick's got the bad boys on repeat.
No, it's more the Titanic. When like people do the epic sports moments and they're like, now do this the Titanic song or whatever. Like that's
My
the
heart
song.
will go on. That one.
Yeah,
Near, far,
it's great.
wherever you are. That's
So
all we can
are you limiting yours to, we'll say, traffic petty moments, or just do you have a
No,
specific example?
petty moments in general. Like I
Okay.
wanted to know that like a pettiness victory was achieved, and it doesn't necessarily need to be like car. Like you'd be walking around Publix and you hear it, and you're like, oh, nice.
Nice.
Somebody got to win. Wherever you
It's
are.
kind of like it's like hearing the old school like Xbox achievement
Yes,
notification
yes,
pop up.
Nice.
like that's what I want. I want it's like the sex gong.
That
I
guy
want
got
everyone to
some.
hear it and be like, nice.
Yeah,
Belong.
buddy.
Right.
All right, Drew, what you got?
I I want musical scores when I do milestones.
Okay. So
Like
achievement
in
based.
achievement based, but like you've it's more like here's where I kind of took the prompt was like the one where when you die you want to see all of the things you've done,
Mm-hmm.
like how many pigeons have I killed, how many.
I want my stats.
Yeah, I want my
Oh
stats
my God, I would love to see my life
about
stats.
life. I know it's
Oh my
it's a
God.
different topic.
New topic. What would be on the life stats
Oh my
after you
God.
Best
die?
life stats and where do you think you are right now?
No,
But that's kind of
hold on. I'm
Yeah.
talking this out in my head. I want the ones like
Determined life stats.
What is Peter gonna show you at the pearly gates? Your life stats.
the GTA 5
Right.
stats
Right.
I can look up.
Oh my
But
God.
that's kind of where I want my or like
Why
achieve.
have we never done that before?
I want an achievement based of like you just reached your 10,000th mile walked, or you just reached the 100th time you've uh
I have a
I don't
question.
know. Yeah.
Does it need to happen like right when you do it, or can it be like at the end of the day, almost like at the end of Hunger Games, like you?
I kind of have thought about that because
So that way you don't know what it was.
there are some other
or-
properties like IPs where it happens at the end of the day, but I would want to like almost kind of like you, Rick. I want a big fanfare.
Okay, so all right, so you want to know what it
like
is.
Ride of the
That's all. Okay.
Valkyries. You know,
You sharpened your 1 millionth pencil.
But
you
That
put
would
your
be
you put your
hilarious.
shoes on for the 4,000th time.
do you know what the achievements are? Like, do you know? Like,
I
I'm
think you
ahead
would-
of time.
I think you would have a general idea of
I think it'd be better if you did.
they have like a system of like
You stubbed your
level-
toe
like
6,000.
leveling
you
up.
flipped your 50th penny.
And yes, it could be for bad things too. Like you stub your toe for the 100th time in your life, and you're like, "Fuck! I didn't even want to know that." But there's still you get the horns blaring, and there's like,
You've wasted 16 hours a week scrolling on TikTok, whatever it is.
on Reddit.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like the idea. Rick, I don't dislike yours, but I like mine and Drew's a little bit more because it's like earned a little bit versus just a
No, that's fair. Yeah.
hot woods. But I do have an alternate I want to throw out there if you'll allow me, and it kind of combines the pettiness of yours and the earnings a little bit, and that's when you've kept the receipts.
Mm.
So you're having an argument with Betty at work, and she's claiming XYZ, and then you're saying per my last email, et cetera, whatever line that is, and then that person is just done for, and I'm saying Betty because it's she.
Yeah, sure.
She because it's Betty, and just shuts up. You do not hear from Betty again for like 3 months, and that's when I would also want to hear the heavens open up and the trumpets go like finally, hey, you don't. She's not going to tell you won, but you won.
Right.
So I like that one too.
That's fair. I like that. Travis, clarifying question for yours. Yep. Is it just you, or is it amplified?
I would be okay with anyone who believes in parking karma. I'm not against other people sharing but like if you just get a good spot, that doesn't mean you get the trumpets. It's like you have had to earn the spot. You've had to purposely park away and built up the goodwill. Like if you take.
Yeah, sometimes you luck into it, you grab it, but I see
right, that doesn't count. But like if you're hunting for 20 minutes to find a good spot, you're not earning any parking karma. If you're just like taking the first spot that you see and it happens to be at the front, that's still that's either 0 or positive. But just like taking the first spot you see, trying to just maybe strategically park on the way out or park by a carousel if you're going to a grocery store or something. I say carousel, a cart return. If you're going to like a grocery store, that's fine. But then when you need the spot, it's there. So instead of like being a dick and like, oh, I'm gonna wait for this one spot and hold up all of the other people.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with Drew's. I like the
milestone achievement.
I like the milestone.
So this is just leave camp for Drew Day. That's fine.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is Drew Day.
I just got another achievement.
Fuck.
It would have changed my life if that like happened.
Yeah, that would have. I'll put it in post.
If my life was achievement based, I would be the best ever.
I would be able to do everything.
That dopamine rush, just
the instant gratification of clicking the notification and getting that. Fuck, I could dunk right now.
I literally. This is kind of a little side note. I have a app that's in beta, called Walkscape, and it's an app that gives you achievements and you can explore like the world and do different quests and things.
Cool.
The more you walk, it's kind of like Pokemon Go, but for like fantasy RPG.
Cool.
So the more you walk, the more you can do, and like you can put all those walking points towards things. And for somebody who's like lacking dopamine hits like me, it is a game changer.
Yeah, I think I could probably dunk by now. Nay, I know I could dunk.
Ooh, good use of nay.
Nay, horses. Was there
Speaking of horses,
was there a horse flash game that we know about?
God, I hate you. It's just so bad.
there probably was.
I'm sure there was. Okay, best flash games tier list, S through F. I have 20 flash games that we're gonna rank.
Jesus, hell yeah.
It was difficult to find all 20.
I bet.
Here we go. First flash game coming up is gonna be Kitten Cannon.
Fucking loved me some Kitten Cannon. I had a thing for those games where like you shoot something and it
Mm,
kind of is like procedurally generated,
Yeah,
and then you end up in a place and then you go back and you like have gotten coins or currency or whatever it is and then upgrade to
yes.
make it better. I think that I don't know what Travis has put on this list, but there's a few that I put on that are the same kind of style of game.
Yep.
But Kitten Cannon was up there for me. I would put it at an A, maybe a B.
I was thinking B, maybe an A, because while, yeah, it was definitely a time killer, there's only so much of it I could play. And,
They
and there's
are
and there's only so many times I could come back to it. Like,
So
there
that's
were a few like distinctions I made with this was time wasters.
well, I think off the jump, is that not what flash games are?
Yeah.
Like flash games are time waster. I think the
Correct.
important thing that at least for me, that's the way I took this. I think the important thing that what Travis said was the coming back to it part.
Yeah.
I think that's what really separates your flash games is the return playability. Maybe I don't know how to phrase it. Phrase it however you want, but you get what I'm trying to say. But go ahead, Drew. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was pretty much done.
Man. I'll go B.
I'll go B
I'll go B.
because B is not bad.
B's good.
It's not bad.
I'll
I
play
wanted to
B.
go. I wanted to go A, but
B is solid.
let's see. Let's see. We got to start somewhere.
And I think there's other games if what's in the list
yes,
is there are better ones than that in that same genre.
right. And subject to the normal, everyone gets a plus minus bump kind of thing.
Yep.
So
Our next flash game is going to be. This is called Monster Evolution. I don't even know if you guys played this game. This was a big game for me.
I don't know if I know this one. Hold on.
searching it real quick.
If I'm remembering it correctly, it's a little bit like Rampage, where you're like destroying people and buildings and stuff, but over the course of the game, you get different evolutions and there's different evolution trees and your monster changes to whatever you want. And you can end up being kind of like a kaiju type thing.
Well, then I'm playing it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Yeah, hold please.
Hold for playtest.
Okay, I see the evolution that you're talking about here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think I do remember this.
Yeah.
Ooh, I never played this.
It's a little obscure.
What do I do?
You eat people.
Yeah, but do I have to like? I
And then once you get enough points.
I hit the space bar. That's how I eat people.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's
All
always
right.
space.
I think I've never played this before right now, but I think in terms of flash games spirit, I think I'd give that an A.
Yeah, because to me, this is an A. I wouldn't, because you guys don't know it, I would be okay with a B, obviously. It's not
I
a
do
C or
like
an
this.
F.
I do like the sound effects.
Yeah.
Well, because in my mind, I'm thinking of other games that are similar to it. Like there's an achievement evolutionary aspect to it, which means there's some sort of objective. Obviously, it's still time wasting.
Yeah.
But kind of to your point, there's options. There's kind of some staying
Sorry.
power with it.
I
So
was
think
still playing.
I think A is a good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with A. The next Flash game, I think, and this is going to be the full series, not just this one in particular, but Bloons Tower Defense.
I
To
wish we would have
me,
started with that one. Because to me, the balloon tower defense is like the epitome of Flash game.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
like
this is S
yeah.
tier.
ooh,
I would put it at S tier as well
I'm okay with that.
because they like there's so many iterations of it, and I can still play it on my phone.
I wasn't ready for an S tier rating, but I'm not mad.
Like,
No, but it was
It's great.
but
No,
I'm going for also a hint of nostalgia too. Like, I'm
sure.
sure there's like I just put two up here because that was the easiest screenshot. I think I played through three. And I'm sure there's like 20 different versions now, and I'm sure
I
Balloons
think
Tower
two.
Defense 3D plus
Well, so that's
Age of Empires
right.
is
That's where I was
probably
going with
not
that.
good.
Like, there's so many different versions of a like a tower defense type
Yeah,
game, and so in my unless there's, and I guess
but this one was the most fun. Like, I love a
okay,
tower defense game.
Yes.
This one was the most engaging.
okay, I'm not mad. I like S.
And I think to me this is the first, we'll say the first trilogy kind of thing. I don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some bad versions of it. So I
I
don't want to.
zoned out in a lot of economic classes playing
Yes,
balloon tower
100%.
defense.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
like,
All
I'm
right,
not mad.
our next Flash game, Learn to Fly. Very similar to Kitten Cannon in the set and forget kind of thing in upgrades.
I,
But this has upgrades. Kitten
I,
Cannon didn't have upgrades.
Is this the same thing as like potty racers kind of
Probably,
vibe?
yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yes, this is Potty Racers.
oh, Rick, I'm so glad you you referenced potty racers. That was
Like, you go further,
I
you get
spent-
more coins.
Yes.
You can upgrade to go
but
further.
potty
Yeah.
racers I did not put on my list to the one I sent Travis, and I was like trying to think of the name of that one.
Yep.
That I killed so many hours.
Yeah.
with
It
that
wasn't
one.
potty
But
racers, but there was one that you built a spaceship. Same idea.
Yes.
I think
That's
it's
the one I did.
Learn to Fly
Learn
is
to
very
Fly is
similar.
all, yeah, because you're building an airplane
You
Oh,
go
as
okay.
or a
basically go
glider.
Yeah, I'm pulling
a
it up right
glider,
now.
and
So
you
I'm
like
gonna
have
play
to
it
go
for a
over.
second.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
this is
I will put that on
adjuster launch angle. Yeah.
A tier.
I like it. I like A. I may argue S, but yeah, I've spent so much time. Oh, you can do a rocket too? Sweet.
Yeah.
On these type of games. Big fan.
I have two, and I think that's the reason why it's not an S is because after I can come back to it, unlike
Yeah.
Kitten Cannon, but I can't come back to it as often because it is a set and forget.
Yeah.
I get
Well,
as far as I
there are-
can, I push a couple
I-
buttons, and I do it again.
I think there are some games in that genre that I would consider S, but
Like potty
because
racers.
because they had potty racers, because you had like multiple starting equipment or like
Yeah.
personas or whatever. One I'm thinking of that may come up later, like there are like certain things that either hinder or help you with who your starting person is.
Sure.
But the whole idea of that genre of like get as far as you can
Mhm.
and then come back and do it again over and over again. But yeah, honestly cannot tell you how many hours that I spent on these types of games.
Yeah.
Yep.
More than I'd wanted to admit. But
Yeah. So far, I think we're all in agreement. No, nothing crazy here. Our next Flash game, Electric Man 2.
Ooh, I don't know this one.
So this is this one I played a bunch of. It doesn't work now, which was really disappointing because this is something that was near and dear to my heart. I spent a lot of time doing this. It's a stickman fighter game. I didn't put a lot of stickman.
I had a lot of fun with the Stickman Fighter games.
Yeah,
They're so good.
side scroller type. I think this is to me, it's like nostalgia. Like this is an A, but like again, not wouldn't be mad at a B. But
I
unless this encompasses all stick figure games, so they didn't put a lot of stick figure games on here.
I think because I have some really good nostalgia, which like I don't know if you put this on the list, like Madness.
No, I did not.
Um, some of those had some really, and there was like the sniper, the stick figure sniper
RPG.
one.
Oh yes. So that brings up something to me. While an entertaining game, in the moments I would be trying to do these games, there's too many buttons, which would draw too much attention,
That's fair.
which is why I wouldn't have picked it as much. So I'm gonna go B in that sense. While overall stick figure fighter games are enjoyable, that's I'm not mad at A.
I
But
like no, I like B because to your point, it's one of those like when am I playing Flash games? And it's to kill time, it's to
in a boring class or
right. I'm not doing it like I'm not making the decision ahead of time. Like I cannot wait to play
right.
Electric
Sorry,
Man 2
can't go
when I
out
get
to wings
what,
tonight. Stick
right.
figuring it up. Right.
Yeah, B's good.
All right, I'm happy with B. Raft Wars.
Oh.
There's
Very
so many.
Worms Armageddon-esque, very
Yes.
turn-based
yeah.
shooter.
This is an A for these type of games. Give me an A for me.
Yeah.
I think A for me as well. Anything in the tanks,
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is tanks.
Worms
Tanks,
Armageddon,
Worms, Armageddon. Sure. Yeah.
anything in that realm is A or S tier, but we haven't gotten there yet.
I could be talked into S.
But for me specifically on Raft War, if Raft War is the one we're going with for that genre, not my favorite. If we were going something
Right. If we're talking
like
specifically
tanks
that.
or worms,
Right. If it's a genre one like Electric Man 2, willing to give it a bump, but
yeah,
I think A is a good
let's
start.
keep it at
We'll go
A and
from there.
we can come back.
Yeah.
The next one is going to be this is escape rooms.
Uh
I put daily
I'm-
escape room. There's thousands of them.
yeah.
So this is kind of representing their genre.
I think I'm more new to escape room flash style games nowadays than I was back in the day. So for me, I think I'd put it on a B because it didn't interest me as much as it does now.
That's fair. I'm gonna argue real hard for this one. I think Escape, because I did play a lot of those in my
Mhm.
Flash game era. I think Escape genre Flash games are S for me.
Ooh.
And it may be a little bit of nostalgia factor. And I'm assuming, and I'm willing to be talked down, and I'm basically where I'm hoping this ends up is an A, because I'm thinking best escape games I've played. Like some of them are sure, I get it. If you get one that's boring, I get it. But overall, some of the ones have, like for Flash games, have pretty good stories like with them. And I was very involved and very excited with them. So that's why I'm arguing for S. I wouldn't be mad if it ends up A or B. I definitely don't think they're C, but
So I'm actually at a C, and that's only because
Interesting.
it's because the individual game is not replayable.
true. Okay.
So there's that, and then
Okay.
me. And
Ooh.
this is me personally. I always got intensely frustrated with. I would like, let me click this drawer because I know something's in there. I would click it and nothing would happen. And then I would spend the next 20 minutes trying to find what I'm supposed to do. And ultimately I'd come back to the drawer and I was off by like one frame or one
Okay.
pixel.
Yeah.
And I was like, this
that would
is-
happen.
I hate this so much. And I would just be like, you throw the computer. So to me, I
That
have a
would
lot of,
happen.
like, I like the concept. And you're right. Some of the stories slapped. I loved the stories.
No, I forgot about clicking it like not the exact right spot, and I wouldn't give it to you.
And I was like, I'm clicking the drawer. I'm in the center. You want me to be just left of center? My
Right.
bad. I didn't know. So
Yeah. I'm right-handed. Sorry. Like,
Yeah.
okay. You know
I-
what? I'm not mad at a C with that reasoning because
Yeah,
I
I'd
forgot
be
about
actually-
that aspect.
I might actually bring this up because there are other games where there were multiple endings,
Ooh, I didn't know
and
that.
you could have like
Like a choose
you
your own
do one
adventure.
kind of you do one thing, and it would bring like there was a tree like a
Mhm.
what like a some sort of like decision tree
Sure.
or AI tree where you choose one thing and it would just lead you off a different path. So there was a little bit more replayability about it. Um, I I would put this at a B
I'm
for
okay
me
with B. I wouldn't be mad at B. B's fine.
because I don't think I discovered them until late, honestly, in the last like 2-3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was not ready for that aspect of that information, but I'm not
Yep.
mad at the ruling.
Our next Flash game. This is the one I was talking about, Rick. Treasure of Cutlass
Yes! Oh my god!
S tier.
I love this. Yes.
S tier game.
Oh my god.
To
I'm
me, the
so
best Flash
sad
game.
I didn't even bring this up.
Best Flash game.
Oh my god.
I spent 2 hours playing this today. I'm going to play this after
my
this
God.
episode.
Tomorrow.
No, after we get off the gate, after we get off the recording.
I was playing my other favorite Flash game. I'm pulling this up right now. Yes, S tier. This game was slapped.
You don't have to think about it too much.
No, it borderlines fishy level greatness.
Yes.
It's
Hold
yeah.
on.
No, Drew. This game. I spent so much time on
Rick,
this game.
Rick, I was playing it like literally before the podcast started.
Oh my god!
And the creaking of the ship.
Yes.
I
I forgot how much you had to get the angles down right.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh my god! Yes.
And playing it on easy is still like
difficult.
I won't say difficult, but it's like you still have to think about it. You can't just
and I forgot you have to like go vertical so you don't get hit by as many oh my god.
And your pirates can attack the other ships.
Yes.
If you get too close.
Oh my god. If
the other ships get too close to the bottom, you can go vertical and then they'll come back to the top.
Yes. This game had layers. Like, I love this game.
I do remember this game.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Shit. S tier and honestly S plus. Is there a way to like?
God, I'm so happy right now.
Oh my god, I remember this game.
This game was great.
I'm playing it. I'm literally playing it as we're talking right now.
As am I. Like
you guys keep playing. I'll keep narrating the next.
This game was great. Yes, well done, Travis. Bravo.
I do. Yes,
Bravo,
I do remember.
Sir.
Rick, We played this game.
Yep.
Probably on my computer in our basement.
Yep. Now that I remember it, we sure did.
I did have
right
to
after
go to ChatGPT.
The civilization cheat code of all the money. We would play this.
I had to go to ChatGPT to figure out the name of it. I was like, hey, I need to find a game. It had pirates and ships.
Oh yes. They're boarding I boarded their ship.
Good for you.
Hell yeah.
Wow. This was a starting moment in our friendship. I do remember that.
Oh, and it's old school like WASD.
Yes.
And the buttons. Oh my god.
So we still have another 15 or so of these left to go, and it's going to take a while to get through all of them. So I am going to split this up into 2 different episodes. And be sure to join us next week as we finish our Flash game tier list rankings. Be sure to follow us on the social medias at @_barbanter. There's a link in the description that you can click on it and you can support the podcast. That'd be great. New episodes every Wednesday. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the notification button, click all the other buttons, and then don't click them, or whatever device you're on. Do that thing you're supposed to do to follow us, whatever that might be. And just remember, this is our podcast and you're just along for the ride.